Yeah.
Talk about SNL.
Yeah.
Shout out to Shane.
Shane did a great
Shane.
job.
Yeah.
He did an amazing job. They asked me to, just to show you where my career's at, they asked me to host an RFK benefit instead. So that's similar. It was on a Saturday.
Oh, nice.
I said no.
Yeah.
But that's where what I'm doing right now is like just me and RFK dodging bullets.
How do you feel about RFK?
Fun, like him, not gonna win, but that's okay.
Would you vote for him? Are you voting for him?
Maybe. I think I would. I do like him.
Yeah.
I do like him a lot. I think I would vote for him. He's hard to run for president.
Yeah.
That's what I'll say.
Yeah.
It's
He's charming, though.
He's charming. His wife is amazing. Cheryl Hines is amazing.
Yeah.
Herb is the greatest comedy. of all
And
time.
brave, knowing that like every time his family did this, they got killed.
I mean, they would go shoot his dog in the head in front of him and then look at him and go, isn't it sad that dog drowned?
It's unbelievable. Black lab.
Yeah. They go, God, that's sad the way he drowned. And he'd be bleeding with a bullet in his head. He's staring at him as a kid.
No, it is.
He went through a lot.
It's audacious what they've done to his family.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I like, even just looking into it.
They've also killed the Kennedys, though. But that doesn't make it right.
Wait, tell me.
Well, you know, Ted drove that woman off a bridge, drowned her. They were bootleggers. They were in with the mafia.
I heard the
They were
bootlegging.
rapists. They raped people.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Well, now I really want him on.
Yeah. No, they're...
Now I need
not
RFK
him,
to
but
come on.
when we're talking with
No,
them,
you're
they
saying
probably
his family.
whacked Marilyn Monroe and stuff. They're not clean. Nobody's hands are
They whacked Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
For saying that she fucked JFK.
Yeah, there's things. But, I mean...
I heard the bootlegger thing was a CIA smear.
No, they're not clean. They're
I didn't
not
say they're clean. I just heard the bootlegger thing was because he was making like clean movies in Middle America. That was the business.
Was it the business? I just think it's kind of well known that they certainly became friends with a lot of mobsters if they weren't bootleggers. What a fun coincidence.
What do you think? What do you think?
Well, I just think, listen,
we gotta have him on.
At that level of, at that level of society, you're commingling with a lot of unsavory types. I'm not saying that the Kennedys deserved anything that happened to them. I'm just saying they're not an innocent family.
Really? So they're not just this innocent, benevolent family that's just trying to save the Hudson?
No, they never were. They were a ruthless, bloodthirsty,
dynasty,
patrician, blue blood cult. That, of course, has some weird curses, and they threatened a lot of power factions that eventually hit back. And that was not good.
So they wouldn't play ball. They could have just rose to power, been another great American name, last name.
Yeah, JFK was a patriot. He loved his country. He was certainly a guy who was a revolutionary guy in the sense that he believed that the American government should function in a different way. And that ended up getting him killed.
Seems like everybody who believes that kind of ends up dying.
Yes, but also those people, aren't always. They're not always. Their motives, are not always. They make a lot of messes along the way.
Yeah.
To getting to where they get to.
Yes. Okay, back to Shane real quick. Amazing story.
Yes.
To see
amazing.
that it's done.
Yes.
Kind of galvanized the comedy community to support
Yes.
SNL.
Yeah.
When I feel like we were kind of fractured with SNL.
Yeah, I think it's a great story. I think people are supporting Shane.
Yeah.
And he did an amazing job, and it's such a great story. I think.
It's also
that's
so
what it
weird,
is.
like the thing that you see, like.
Yeah.
Like, also, one thing that shocked me, because I was, he was in the city working out the monologue, and I'd seen him do the monologue and just fucking crush every time I saw him go up. And the Down syndrome part, I thought was the most endearing, hilarious part. Like it really, I literally was watching him do it at the Cellar, and I was going, when he goes up and he does this on SNL, everybody in that building that ever doubted him or fired him is gonna feel like the biggest fucking piece of shit. Right?
Yeah.
And just the fact, and I thought we were beyond this point in comedy, just the fact that he said Down syndrome.
Yeah.
You could feel the audience fucking
But I think that's what was good about it. I actually think that, to me, I watched it, I thought it killed, and I also
thought he did great.
Because here's the deal. I think that should happen to an extent. People should go, what's going on? And then he's so funny, he overcomes any of that. I think it's good. I think tension's good. I don't see the building of tension, the releasing of it. That's what comedy is. So I think it was. I think it's a
little different. Like,
but it's New York City. So here's the deal: you're performing in New York City, in the middle of New York City, and people might be a little
we perform in New York City every single night.
Yeah, but it's probably a crowd of people that might be a little bit a little bit more sensitive?
That's what I'm saying. I didn't realize that there was still, I thought that we were beyond the point where like, you can't talk about this, but there are still topics, I guess, maybe in certain
But I think that's
areas.
good for us. I don't think we need to be in a place where, because I think our superpower, if there is a superpower, is making something funny that shouldn't be.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
But now, so that to me, that's the most fun time. When you can't say anything, the most fun time to do comedy.
For sure.
I do feel like we're entering a time where you can say anything.
Yeah.
But that was a reminder to me, like, oh, maybe there's certain spaces.
For sure.
Because I really thought that part of it, that they initially tightened up, obviously ended up winning them over. But even in that, but I couldn't believe it. It was
Could it have been? I was very invested in not liking this guy, and now I have to reassess everything. Because this is a guy who comes from, I had him painted as this bigot who's from this certain type of family.
No, because it was the end of the set. The beginning of the set, he's crushing.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought the moment where he flipped everything, it wasn't Rocky by any stretch, but I could feel like things ascend when he was like, started being like, I can look at everybody not laughing at me right now. He kind of stepped outside of the set and then he closed. I thought it just crushed.
I think it's just comedy. I think it's comedy. It's just sets are sets,
Yeah.
right? And I mean, that's really what it was, a masterful set, I think, especially for a monologue on that show.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I also think the SNL audience, like, they know that it's being recorded. They know it's live.
Yeah, there's like a pressure on them.
Yeah.
I want to host
a little
SNL in Russia, and where I'm standing there, and then there's red lights on my chest, and I just and I'm like, and I say hello, and Putin's there, and everyone nods, and I go, it's great to be here, and then like after every joke, it's just a bunch of like oligarchs and czars, and they're all smoking cigars, and they're all just kind of looking at each other, and there's no left. Everyone just kind of looks at each other. So that would be mine. That would be amazing for me. And then I just get through it, and they just kind of, you know.
Would you have Putin on?